Hello everybody, welcome to the Legacy Hannover YouTube channel. My name is Tim and today we're gonna watch some coverage from the second game day of Legacy Hannover's Dead of Winter tournament. That's a webcam Legacy tournament based from people living in Hanover, Germany. However, the players' base is quite international for that tournament, so without further ado, let's jump directly in. On our left side, we have Arne Böwig, the Maverick Mastermind, as I'd like to call him. He's playing a lot of Legacy, a lot of Maverick mostly. He is an enfant terrible in all the Discord servers and on all the webcam tournaments that are currently going on. And I'm happy to have him here on camera with his Absent Maverick deck. And on the right hand, we have Christoph Mokry, who is a new face to me. I haven't met him in person before, but he's also, he came to our Discord and registered for our tournament, and I'm happy to have him here because of two things. First of all, because I like having new faces in our community. Second of all, because he's playing a very, very cool deck. He is playing lands, and he's starting out with a turn 1 forest into exploration, and then Thespian stage. And on the other side, we see Arne Böwig starting out with the Verdant Catacombs, and then Savannah fetching his Verdant Catacombs, most likely into a bayou. Let's see. It's never in the first half of the deck. You can see him looking through the first half of the deck trying to find that out, but it's never in there. It's always in the second half. Oh, Savannah actually. Double Savannah from Arne. Scavenging Ooze. And he passed the turn already, because we can see that Christoph is doing some action, playing Mox Diamond, discarding, I think, a Wooded Foothills there, and punishing Fire, giving a quick end to Scavenging Ooze's presence on this battlefield. However, it looks to me that there's no more land drop coming up from Christoph. So even though he had an exploration, he missed not only the first, but also the second land drop this turn. And Arne is still in shuffling mode from his fetch land, asking Christoph most likely what direction he should put the 3 piles on. Christoph told him that. And no, Arne's untapping, and it's Arne's turn. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see what he's coming up here. That's a Windswept Heath. And he's cracking that fetch land again. Alright. So, Arne going to 18. And another Scavenging Ooze. And I would assume that he's gonna activate that Scavenging Ooze soon in order to get rid of the Punishing Fire in the graveyard of Christoph. And I also, two things, I forgot to add this, to add the recent followers to our channel. And I noticed I forgot because I see that 1230 Gaming Inc. has just followed us. So shout out to you, happy you're here. Stay for a bit, enjoy some Legacy. Usually we're a channel doing both streaming and VODs in German, but today I decided, simply because we have so much coverage from our online tournament, that I'm gonna do a match in English, and we'll see how that works out. So, as I was just suspecting him, Arne fetched for... I actually fetched for basic planes, interesting. He's very heavy on the white count there. And I wonder if he's gonna activate Scavenging Ooze already. Asking for the cards in hand of Christoph, he said 2. And I don't think Arne will take any chances for him to crack Grove of the Burn Willows. Oh, hoo-hoo! Okay, crop rotation. So what happened is, I assumed that Arne said, yep, I activate Scavenging Ooze, and I'm gonna eat that Punishing Fire. And in response, Christoph uses his Open Forest, crop rotation, and Arne walks right into it. Thespian stage gets sacrificed. Grove of the Burn Willows is there. He gonna activate Grove of the Burn Willows and take Punishing Fire back to hand, which also means that Punishing Fire is gonna get rid of the second Scavenging Ooze next turn, most likely. And Arne has most likely blown away the 2 best mainboard cards against land. Like, at least against the Punishing Fire Loam Engine. So, let's see how that works out. Richard on port from Christoph's side. And yeah, I assume those 2 mana that he's about to tap is gonna be for the Punishing Fire. Yep, there it is. Punishing Fire, and the second Scavenging Ooze hits the graveyard. Thanks for streaming Legacy. Do y'all hold open events for everyone? We do. We have a Discord server on which we host monthly webcam events. However, those are in German. Like, we're gonna have all the tournament information in German. We're gonna have all the players in German. So if you're from Germany, if you're German, it's fine. Be more than happy to join us. But I would assume that if the language barrier is existent for you, you would probably not have that much fun in our tournaments. And yeah, because also I don't think that most of the players feel comfortable to actually speak English during matches. But yes, it's an open tournament, and both of those players that we're gonna see here today joined via our Discord. Arne being a member of our local Hannover community, and Christoph coming from, I think, North Rhine-Westphalia somewhere. So yeah, if you want to see more Legacy coverage, actually, while we're at it, we have a lot of VODs on our channel throughout the years. It's youtube.com/Legacy Hannover, and be aware though, all of them are in German. This is actually the first time we're doing something in English, but maybe if I like it, we're gonna do some more English streaming. But let's focus on the game for a bit, shall we? So we see another crop rotation in response to Arne wastelanding. So what happened? Arne did a wasteland on, I assume, Grove of the Burn Willows, in response to crop rotation from Christoph, sacrificing that Grove of the Burn Willows, just getting himself another Grove of the Burn Willows, so that Punishing Fire engine is actually surviving all the hits that Arne is dealing towards it. And then Arne has a Skyclave Apparition on his side of the battlefield, which takes out the exploration of Christoph. So that's his thing to do. I think I would have preferred to take the Mox Diamond, just because Christoph is not hitting a lot of land drops so far. And yeah, that's basically going on. And oh, I have my dear friend Tagi Aliyev in chat. Hey man, how come that you came here? Happy to have you here. How'd you find the channel? It's actually the first time I'm doing a stream in English, so I'm more than happy to see. Stay for a bit, watch some Legacy with us. You know, Tagi is a dude that recommended channels. Actually, really nice. So Tagi is a very nice guy. I met him while doing my studies abroad for quite some time. And yeah, also a very, very talented Magic player, Legacy player. Good to see him here. Okay, so Skyclave Apparition took out the exploration, and I was just saying that I think I would prefer to take the Mox Diamond, because Christoph is Hellbent, actually, so exploration is not doing a lot. And Christoph has missed some land drops in the past already. While Mox Diamond does a little bit more there, right? You could basically turn Skyclave Apparition into a wasteland, and that's once. But let's see how this turns out. Arne with another wasteland. See, that's what I mean. If you took Mox Diamond with Skyclave Apparition, that wasteland hits, I don't know, Grove of the Burn Willows, then Christoph is sitting there on a forest and a Rishadan port. So, yeah. Anyways, Skyclave Apparition has hit Christoph for 2 this turn, which puts him down to 18 life points. And Wasteland is going to hit Grove of the Burn Willows. I think Christoph floats some mana. And is using that mana to cast Punishing Fire again, killing the Skyclave Apparition and giving him a 1/1 blue illusion token, which he is using a dice and a sleeve for. I would assume it's the exiled card he's using it for, but yeah. 1/1 Snake Bites for Christoph. As 1/1 counters, representing the strength and toughness of illusion. And there is another, I think, exploration, which is a card that is not doing a lot, but well, there it is. And Christoph is using his Rishadan port in upkeep to strip Arne of his Savannah. So let's see. Arne has 4 cards in hand, I think. So he has quite some more power. He can put some pressure on board. Maybe a Knight of the Reliquary. Plague Engineer. Alright. Yeah, Plague Engineer naming Illusion, which is getting him rid of the 1/1 illusion that Skyclave Apparition just created. Other than that, Plague Engineer is not doing a lot, and I would assume that he would have loved to have Knight of the Reliquary or anything similar to it on the battlefield. instead of that Plague Engineer. But there he is, Plague Engineer. In Germany we say, das Leben ist kein Wunschkonzert, which means you cannot always choose the music that's being played. Christoph decided to cast a gamble, and I would assume that whatever he's taking, I would assume that the card he's gambling for is Life from the Loam. So now he discards either or. Right card is 1 to 3, left card is 4 to 6. And Arne hits a Dark Depth of... Yeah, Arne hits a Dark Depth of the gamble discard, and Christoph decides to cast then the Life from the Loam that he just got via gamble, and gets back Thespian Stage, Dark Depths, and Grove of the Burn Willows. And with the exploration that's already on the battlefield, Christoph can hit 2 more land drops this turn. There they are. Thespian Stage, Grove of the Burn Willows, 1 card in hand. It's Dark Depths. And now the combo is surprisingly close for Christoph. And again, if Arne had hit a Knight of the Reliquary or something, he could instant speed search for Caracas by now, which disrupts the combo of Marit Lage going on. But as I said before, das Leben ist kein Wunschkonzert. So Arne is stuck there with a 2-2 Plague Engineer that's doing some beatdowns, and it's a long road to ruin. Let's put it like that. So, Plague Engineer hits for 2. Christoph goes down to 16. I think that's an abrupt decay, either an abrupt decay or an Assassin's Trophy that just hit the exploration. And Christoph is replacing his draw trigger by dredging Life from the Loam. 3 cards go into the fair. That's promo decay, okay. Caracas doesn't even really do it because 3-shot on board. True. However, if he would have hit the Knight of the Reliquary there, he could just activate the Knight in response to, or after the combo is built, right? So Christoph assembles his combo, activate Knight of the Reliquary, get Caracas, and then you can still bounce the Marit Lage token even before Richard on board does anything. So Christoph decides to play his Life from the Loam again, getting back Field of the Dead Breeding Pool, and looking for the 3rd card in hand. I think that's a Wooded Foothills, like Zendikar Expedition, something. Let's see. But we just talked about how real the combo is, and there it actually is. Mox Diamond making the creation of a 2020 indestructible flyer named Marit Lage very, very real for Arne. So he has to find some outs by now. And Wasteland wouldn't do it, because in response Christoph would just fire the combo. Noble Hierarch definitely doesn't do it. The Plague Engineer hits for 3 now. Now what? Right? Now what? Yeah, he actually does that. Plague Engineer goes sideways. And... oh, Christoph is actually using his mana to get rid of the Plague Engineer, so he's playing it very, very safe there. Not sure that was necessary. But also he doesn't know what Arne has in hand, so if there's the definite out to the combo, whatever it may be, getting rid of the Plague Engineer and waiting a turn is a play you could do there. Christoph decides to untap. Let's see if he's replacing. No, he's not. He decides to draw for the turn, and... oh, let's see. Shout out to Skiz85. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for checking out some Legacy here with us on a Sunday afternoon. Hope you're doing good, man. And shout out to my man Tagi Aliyev following as well. Nice to see you on stream, buddy. Greetings from Denmark. Nice to see some Paper Magic. Gentleman Finn. Hey, cool that you're here. And also shout out to Megasword, who just put a follow down. Great, man. So many new faces here. I actually like that. Christoph drops down a Field of the Dead, I think. And also... I'm not sure what he's doing there. Maybe he's counting the number of different land cards he has. Or the name. Mox Diamond, discarding Breeding Pool. And yeah, so both the combo is available now for Christoph. as well as just creating a lot of tokens with Field of the Dead. Upkeep from Arne. Bayou gets tapped down by Richard Port. And we're gonna see what Arne has to offer now. 4 mana. That sounds like Green Sun's Zenith, X is 3. Alright. Let's see what Arne is looking for. Let's see what he's looking for. Arne somehow managed to get to 21. I completely missed that. So he will survive one... Ooh. Remunerative Excavator. Just wanted to say that Arne managed to get to 21. So he survives one Marat Lager attack. He could now look for Knight of the Reliquary, which makes him take one attack, but also gives him the availability to get rid of that Marat Lager token. And then, being down on 1 HP, he gets eaten alive by the Punishing Fire. So, yeah. Alright, so he goes for Remunerative Excavator. But I don't think that Remunerative Excavator is a valid out there, right? Because he just tapped out himself. He can get a Wasteland back from the graveyard, but the Wasteland is not going to interrupt the combo of Christoph. Looks very much like this was game already. Burn will gave alive, but will also fire them away. Yeah, exactly. That's what I just saying, like Maxim. Yeah, and Arne does that. He plays the Wasteland, and I think that's pretty much game. So to everybody who just tuned in, let's talk about that a little bit. Like, who are we? We are Legacy Hannover. We are currently hosting monthly webcam events and have a live stream, usually Friday evenings, for 3 to 4 hours, in which we try to watch 4 different Legacy webcam matches. All of that is mostly in German, so check out our YouTube channel if you want to see some German Legacy coverage. I'll put them in here. You can maybe just mute them, or you can learn German while watching it. I don't know. Maybe Legacy is so international that you can understand something if you want to. Today is the first time we're gonna have a stream in English, and also have a VOD in English. So maybe we have some more English coverage coming up, because I see that there is actually a lot more interest in English coverage than in German coverage. So maybe we'll do some bilingual stuff. Luckily, I'm more than happy to do English coverage as well. I'm doing streaming twice a week. From now on, or until now, we only did it once a week, which is Friday evenings, instead of Friday Night Magic, basically. However, we could think about doing it twice a week. Maybe we do some more YouTube VODs together on Sunday, because that actually usually all what we're doing right now, I'm usually doing alone, right? So that's why I actually kind of like the idea to do that openly, do that in English for a bit, reach some audience, reach some people watching the stream. I think that's quite a nice idea. So, okay, so you're doing an English recast over the German one. No, not necessarily. So what we're doing is that we have the German stream. So we have 24 players, right? Which makes 12 matches each week. And we do 4 matches on Friday. And over the week, some players send me the recordings of their matches that don't fit into the stream, because we do mostly live games on Friday night stream. So if they play on Wednesday or whenever and can't play on stream, they send me their recordings. And I usually do them for YouTube. So this, what we're watching right now, is a recording. They played on, I think, Wednesday or something. And yeah, we basically just do some casting over those matches in the stream today. So yeah, that's what's going on. By the way, with the English stream, it can be easier to get rates or contact the Legacy content creators like Arne and such, post on the Discord, for example, which I can help with. That's actually quite an idea. I think, like today, this is going to be the last match that we're taking a look at. So, not sure if that makes that much more sense today, but in the future, that would definitely be a very cool idea. Also post on Legacy Reddit, because I think the community for Legacy is kind of big, and there is very little content creators. They're obviously very, very good content creators, right? Like, don't get me wrong. Happy to have such a cool community that Legacy is. But yeah, I think people are always eager to consume more content in whatever way that is. And while we're talking about that a little bit, Arne got himself the Knight of the Reliquary, but I think it's all too late, because that one can't be activated by now. And he is using Wasteland on Dark Depths. But there is the Marat Lager token in response. And not a lot that Arne can do about that, I think. So, yeah. Mount Lager will put him to 1, and then Punishing Fire will put him to 0. This is the way. Yeah, there's even another Punishing Fire in the graveyard now. Alright, so Christoph can kill him twice. So there they go. Mount Lager goes sideways, and Arne is using the app to go down to 1 HP. Goes up to 2. Both Punishing Fire trigger. Christoph takes only 1 from the graveyard. I think there should be a second one in there already, right? And Mox Diamond makes him go to 0, which makes Arne reset the life totals. And it's 1-0 for Christoph Mokry in the match against Arne Böwig. And the Lance player is in the lead. Updated that title. And now let's go into game 2 already, which I have here. And while both of them are sideboarding, I'll have myself a sip of water. And obviously it's sparkling water, right? Because we're Germans. Germans love sparkling water. Really nice content, by the way. Thanks a lot, Unicorn Lord Magic. I really appreciate that. Alrighty. Let's skip a bit into the match. Well, let's actually check my phone if somebody did something on the Discord or wherever. Somebody updated something, somebody wants something. Nope. Discord is empty. So now we can skip through the sideboarding because ain't nobody got time for that. They're both shuffling and shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. Preparing piles. And Arne shuffling again, so he's taking a mulligan. And I think Christoph might be set on his starting 7. Let's see what Arne thinks about his starting 6. Also give a shout out to Arne Böwig. He has a very nice Instagram channel. It's at ArneMTG, so basically then the name you see there. And he posts some nice pictures. He actually has a project of foiling up Maverick, and he does like Foil Friday or something where he posts some nice cards. I actually like the content. And also, Christoph, he is... I don't know that guy, but apparently he's like an MTG, not to say influencer, but travel with magic. That's like his handle. So you can check that out as well. I think his handle is _travel_with_magic_ or something on Instagram. So give him some love as well while you're at it, and if you want to. So Arne starts with a Leyline of the Void. It seems like he likes his starting 6. He has seen enough of Punishing Fire and Life from the Loam action happening. So there he is. And also Green Sun Zenith Access 0, which gives him a Dryad Arbor and a little boost in land count and in ramp. Christoph fetches his Wooded Foothills, goes to 19. Wooded Foothills gets exiled, obviously, because of the Leyline. And we'll see what he has got to offer. Maybe another turn 1 exploration. Maybe an Elvish Reclaimer. Let's see. Oh, and shout out to Tron Travolta. I just noticed that. That's a cool nickname. Tron Travolta, huh? Alright, there it is. Exploration, and I think, is that another Wooded Foothills? Might be. So, Exploration and Wooded Foothills from Christoph's side, and turn passed, and Arne is shuffling this. Is there a place with all the deck lists or idea to add cardboard live to stream? So, there is the idea, but there's the very good reason not to do it, simply because that tournament is still ongoing, and we don't want people to have a disadvantage by their deck list being published just because they were part of the coverage. Because there are some matches that are not part of coverage, and well then if you see where that's getting, right? So maybe the idea is to make all deck lists public in future. That's something we could talk about or think about, but so far there's no possibility to see the deck lists, only the archetype. However, you can see the deck lists from our last event, on MTG top 8 already. And let me actually see if we can find that somewhere. Actually can't find that, but it should be online. Let me see if it's on our website, because we have our website on legacyhannover.de. Also, while we're at it, Arne decided to play a Hex Drinker. That's what's happening there in the meantime. Tournaments, no, haven't been updated yet. There we are. So those were the top deck lists of the last event that we did. Hey, Miss Lethal 1. Nice to have you on stream. And also we in the all ALL moved because of this to completely public and made our tournament open deck because of stream possibilities. Yeah, that might be the way. This is the way, Unicorn Lord, I think. So I just linked you the top 4 deck list from last month. And that was a 12 people tournament, and now we decided to double that up because we're just slowly getting the gist of doing those webcam events. So yeah, let's see how this turns out. So Arne played a Hex Drinker in the meantime. Christoph decided to fetch his Wooded Foothills for a Taiga and also play a Tabernacle. Aha. And that's a Molten Vortex. It's probably the way to go to ensure better and much more interesting matches. Hi, Miss Lethal. Gut, dass du da bist. Not sure if it makes necessarily more interesting matches or better matches. I don't know yet. Because you always have people doing hardcore mulligans then, like for example for combo decks, right? That's the big disadvantage. If you take a combo deck to a tournament with open deck lists, like some decks are based on the factor of surprise. Whereas, yeah, I don't know. I think there are a lot of good arguments for and against open deck lists. That's why we decided to do open archetypes. So the archetypes of all the players were published beforehand. However, that's pretty much it. So what we're seeing now is Arne paying the Tabernacle cost, Dried Arbor paying for itself, and the Bayou paid for Hexdrinker, and in response of that, Christoph is using his Molten Vortex to shoot 2 damage to the Hexdrinker and getting rid of that 1 drop before it becomes too scary. But also Arne missed his land drop. And it's Christoph's turn again already. And Christoph plays a Clothis there. Woohoo! Clothis, God of Destiny. Now that's a card. So, before the last set, I would have said it's very, very hard from Arne to find a way to get rid of Clothis or to turn the game around now. Now that he has Skyclave Apparition, I think the deck becomes a lot better for Arne. Because before that, there's no way for Arne to handle Clothis, right? Like, because he doesn't really have Exile Target Enchantment or, like, Celestial Purge, maybe. But do you board in Celestial Purge against lands? I don't think so. Now that he has Skyclave Apparition, which is like the catch-all answer, I think Clothis is not that big of a problem. However, he needs to find that card without Green Sun Zenith, right? Because it's double white, you can't Green Sun it, and also without any cantrips. So let's see if Arne finds a way to handle that Clothis. And also at the moment there's no card in graveyard, so Clothis is not doing anything at all. Let's see. Yeah, it makes for less non-games because of mull and keep decisions, but it makes it easier for the commentators to see outs and more. But without it, it's also fine. When moving back to casting the local FNM, we will most likely not have deck lists too, but deck lists something easy and fast to talk about. I 100% agree. You're casting your local FNM even. Wow, that's cool. We did some Instagram live feeds on our FNM for a second, but we never really thought about setting up a Twitch, simply because we from Legacy Hannover, we are not hosting the FNM. We're not affiliated with any store or something. We're just a group of friends. We're totally non-profit. Like, there's all of this is work from people who love Legacy, and we don't have a store behind us. We don't have any partnerships, any support. So we too are just going to the local FNM and are luckily to have a very, very big Legacy community in Hannover. That's what makes it interesting. So we're in Arne's turn, where the Bayou paid for the Dryad Arbor this time. And he's looking through his Sylvan library. With Twitch set up, and normally you recast it on the Monday afterwards. Alright, I see. Shout out to Natural Mystic. Thanks for following, thanks for joining the chat. So we saw Arne just drawing one more card of Sylvan Library, which puts him down to 14. Christoph is still on 20 life points. And now I'm not even sure what they're talking about. Oh, yeah, I remember. So I was in there. I was watching the match live at the moment when it happened. And they were talking about the direct functionality of Clothes and had some wording changed. I think the problem was that, or the question from Christoph was, if Clothes targets the Dryad Arbor, is it a land or is it a creature? And Arne said, well, you can choose. And I corrected them that that's wrong, because Dryad Arbor does always count as a land in that case, because of the wording of Clothes, right? Clothes says, select target card. If it's a land card, then add red or green. If not, then drain 2. And the first thing is true for Dryad Arbor, right? Because it is a land card. So we have this is Kaya, I think, right? I think it's Kaya Orge of Usurper from Arne there. Interesting. Simply because he can start exiling stuff, right? Graveyard is empty, but he can start exiling permanents. And he has the free choice between Molten Vortex, Mox Diamond, and Exploration. And I think he takes Molten Vortex. Yep, he did. And in response, Christoph fires 2 more damage, discarding a land card. So Kaya goes into the graveyard as well. And it's, I think, Christoph's turn. Yep. And he decides to target the Kaya with Clothes, which puts Arne down to 11 and Christoph up to 22. And there's the Sylvan Library as well from Christoph. Wow, no, so both have a value battle now. Let's see how this turns out. Arne is in upkeep, and now has to think about whether he pays Dryad Arbor for himself. Well, I think there's actually no sense in not doing that, right? I mean, you can just, it's just tapped now, but there's no sense in not doing the Dryad Arbor to pay for that. How he cast Garruk? He didn't cast Garruk. There's no Garruk. He had a Kaya there. Kaya Orge of Usurper. And that's 3 mana, so he just paid for that. He didn't cast Garruk so far. And there's this Skyclave Apparition that I was just talking about. His catch-all answer in Maverick, which made the deck so much better in my opinion. Because beforehand, there would be very, very few outs, if even, for him to deal with Clothes. But now, it's just getting exiled. Clothes is gone. And, well, yes, Christoph has a Sylvan Library on board. And he's on 22 life points, so he can draw a lot of cards now. But also, so far, Arne managed to handle nearly all of the threats that Christoph put on the board. Molten Vortex, Clothes. Let's see. Wasteland from Christoph. And I think that's another angle that he can start hitting at, right? Because I mean, he's not going to be able to strap Arne off any color, but still he's going to be able to decimate his land count. and together with Tabernacle limiting the options of Arne, while Sylvan Librarying and being able to draw a lot of cards, and if not go for card quantity, then at least go for card quality, right, and shape his hand. So I think the spot that Christoph is in, even though both Molten Vortex and Colossus got handled, is not that bad, to be honest. I actually like that. But let's see what Arne is coming up with on the other side. Okay, so Arne is an upkeep, has to pay for both Dryad Arbor and Skyclave Apparition. Dryad Arbor most likely paying for itself. Oh, or maybe he's using Dryad Arbor to pay for the Apparition and thinking about sacking his Arbor, because he has like a good 3 mana spell or something that he wants to put down now. Or maybe even a 4 mana spell that he needs the land drop for. Let's see. But yeah, it looks to me as he's thinking about not paying for 1. Yeah, that's what he did. So he uses Dryad Arbor to pay for the Skyclave Apparition, and then sacrifices Dryad Arbor to the Tabernacle, which must mean that there is something big about to happen on Arne's side of the battlefield. And let's see what that's gonna be. Thanks a lot, Miss Gleeful. Happy to have you here. And yeah, old artworks are just something, especially Lance. Lance is such a beautiful deck. It's insane. Like, it's so beautiful. I really, really, really like that. Oh wait, so Arne is putting down a Noble Hierarch, attacking with Skyclave Apparition for 3, which puts Christoph down to 11, if I read that correctly. And has 2 mana open, which might mean Abrupt Decay or something. Not really sure why he's keeping those mana open and decided to sacrifice the Dryad over there, but let's see. I don't want to become famous H.H. Clara, I'm sorry. Small reminder, Tabernacle destroys, not sacrifice. Alright, yeah, you're right. My bad. Indeed, Tabernacle... Does it destroy? Isn't it? Oh, so what happens if you don't pay the upkeep cost? Does it get destroyed? Well, anyways. Let's see what Christoph is doing. So he's down to 11, and now the Skyclave Apparition beatdown is a real thing. Also because Christoph decides to draw another card, taking him down to 7, drawing a card off of Sylvan Library. And let's see what Christoph is coming up with now. 3 mana tapped. That's an Oko. Oko Thief of Crowns. A Legacy All-Star already. Just got printed in Throne of Eldraine, but it's doing... That card is doing so much. It's insane. And it looks to me like he wants to elk his own Mox Diamond. Is that what's happening? So he's discarding another card, discarding an Ancient Doom for another Mox Diamond. And yeah, he elked his own Mox Diamond, which gives him a blocker for the Skyclave Apparition. And now let's see what Arne has to say there. Oh, and I just looked through the rules stack, and Meddling Max is absolutely correct. Tabernacle say destroy unless pay 1. So he was right in correcting me. Arne uses a Swords to Plowshares there to get rid of the Elk token, which clears the way for a Skyclave Apparition attack, either on Oko or into Christoph's face. Let's see. So, Land Tabernacle destroys, and Magus of the Tabernacle Let them be sacrificed. Wizards. Okay, let's see what my boy Arne is doing on the left side here. He paid for both Noble Hierarch and Skyclave Apparition triggers, or both Tabernacle triggers, and that's an Abrupt Decay, and that clears Oko, and now Skyclave Apparition is being turned sideways to deal 3 damage, putting Christoph down to 7. Alrighty. Skyclave Apparition getting some work in there. I like that. I like the classic beatdowns aspect of Magic. That's why I think Maverick is such a cool deck, right? Maverick is Magic how Richard Garfield intended. I know that sentence became a meme by now, but Maverick is so cool. It's just green and white and fair creatures and beatdowns and removal, and love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so Christoph hits the Field of the Dead, and for the Field of the Dead, I think he needs at least 7 lands with different names, and he has Snow-Covered Forest, Field of the Dead, Breeding Pool, Taiga, Tabernacle. That's 5. So he's 2 land drops away from activating the field. And he passed the turn to Arne already. So we play the Tabernacle game and upkeep again. Hierarch pays for itself, and Savannah pays for the Skyclave Apparition. And now Arne is looking into his library. And let's see what those guys are doing there. Or what Arne is doing. Better yet. So Arne plays a land drop, and Skyclave Apparition is coming over to put Christoph down to 4. All right, Christoph. So now you need to find it out. Christoph, you need to find a way to handle Skyclave Apparition. Maybe a Maze of Ith or something. But no outs there from Christoph, and he scoops together, which means Arne just equalized our series and puts the score to 1-1 here. Hiya! Hiya! Means we're going to game 3. And there we are already. Time travel. Ain't that great? Arne Böwig starts with a leyline on the void. And, but it's Christoph's turn to start the game. So pre-game effect leyline of the void. And then Christoph starts to do Grove of the Burn Willows, Mox Diamond, exiling a... Is that a Maze of Ith he exiled there? And getting down a turn 1 Sylvan Library. Ayya! While Arne does the standard Maverick play for turn 1, I'd like to say. Which is either turn 1 Mana Dork or turn 1 Green Suns for 0. To get a Dryad Arbor, which also is a Mana Dork to a degree, right? So, yeah. That's where we're at right now. Arne gets the Dryad Arbor down, and Christoph is fine to draw cards, and he already draws an extra card of Sylvan Library, taking him down to 16. But that means that land stack might have an explosive start coming up. Orisha Dunport is there. Let's see if he has some more, like Exploration, Land Drop, and then Risha Dunport, the Bayou, and Upkeep. That would be a very, very nice start for the land stack to have here. Okay, so nothing more in his turn, but Risha Dunporting away the Bayou in Arne's upkeep. Luckily, Arne managed to get a Green Suns down, so he can play his own Sylvan Library. And there we are again, back in Value Town, population 2, Arne Böwig, Christoph Mokry. Now let's see what those two guys have going here. Basically, it's who draws better and who can pay more life with the Sylvan Library. I think that's what the game might come to. However, Christoph starting the game, equalizing Arne in ramp. Like, both of them managed to ramp a land drop, so to say, with the Mox Diamond and the Dryad Arbor, and having Risha Dunport available to tap Arne down and slow him down. Is actually quite a nice thing for Christoph to do there. Dark Depths. comes down from Christoph. No Tabernacle yet, so Arne won't die next turn. Oh, he actually might. Crop rotation, right? So if it's Grove of the Burn Willows for crop rotation, crop rotating the Grove into Thespian stage, and then he could activate that stage from Richard on Port and Mox Diamond to copy the Dark Depth, and then it's 20 damage coming into the face. So we might be set up for a very, very short game 3 here, actually. Now let's see if that's going to be the case. Arne draws 2 cards off of Sylvan Library, taking him down to 12. So he is aware of the risk, I think. And it doesn't really matter if it's going to be 1 or 2 cards that he's drawing by Sylvan Library, or 3 in that case, because 20 damage is 20 damage. Arne decides to get a 3-drop down, or maybe a 2-drop with Green Suns. We're going to see about that. Oh, it's Kaya. So we have Kaya, Orge of Usurper again. And Arne has Wasteland open, which is his out to the Crop Rotation Tabernacle line. So he is safe so far. And he manages to exile Christoph's Mox Diamond while using his Kaya. Which means that he's ahead in ramp already. Again, not already. He's ahead in ramp again. Let's see. Passing the turn, as I would interpret his hand gesture there. And now it's up to Christoph to do something in end step. He's not. He directly went to draw step, library trigger, he's drawing 3. And now let's see how many he puts back. Yeah, looks like he puts 1 into hand, 2 back on the deck, which means that he's not going to pay any extra life. And I think that's a Ghost Quarter, right? Ghost Quarter by Christoph. Okay. Let's see. Also, I like Arne not jumping the gun on his Wasteland. Because he knows if crop rotation is real on Christoph's hand, then he is dead if he's jumping the gun on his Wasteland. So, untap, upkeep, that's where we're right now. And most likely waiting for Christoph to do a decision on whether he wants to activate Richard on port or not. And he does. Or does he? Tim card Kaya. You need the wording for Kaya, so it's a 3-mana Planeswalker. It's a colorless, a white, and a black. It starts on 3 loyalty. It's +2. Exile 2 cards from target graveyard. If at least 1 creature card got exiled, you get 2 life. It's -1. Exile target permanent with CMC up to 1. And it's -5. Target opponent gets X damage, where X is the number of cards in his exile, you gain X life. So she can exile token creatures, yeah. Kaya is actually out to Marit Lage, you're right. Kaya does exile Marit Lage token. You're welcome. Okay, Christoph decided to not do anything in upkeep, and Arne is looking into his Sylvan Library. His library card is getting hot. In German we say der Bibliotheksausweis glüht. Not drawing any extra card, alright, yeah, he's down to 12, so he might not want to get down too low there. But he's tapping 3 mana to do something, and it's Knight of the Reliquary. Alright, so we got the first beater down. It's 2-2 so far, because there's no land in his graveyard. Like, there's not even any card in his graveyard, but still. That might change as soon as he's allowed to activate the ability of the knight. So let's see what's going on there. Okay, now Arne is using the wasteland. Is he? Yeah, he is. Okay, I think they're basically talking about what we just talked about, right? Arne wants to know if he can use the wasteland, because that would mean that if Christoph wants to do the crop rotation line, he has to put Marit Lage into play now, and then Arne could exile the Marit Lage token with the Kaya. I think that's what they're talking about. And that should be perfectly fine. So there is no real disadvantage in Arne using that now. And looks like he is. Looks like he is using Wasteland on Dark Depths. And Christoph is using crop rotation in response. But sacrificing the Dark Depths already, which means that he's probably just getting another one. Or something that he needs. Thespian Stage, alright. So maybe he has another Dark Depths in hand. Or he has a way to get the Dark Depths back. Oh, probably not from exile. So yeah, looks like he has the second Dark Depths in hand, because right now he just looked for a Thespian Stage via crop rotation. As a side effect, Knight of the Reliquary just turned into a 3-3. Oh, we're going somewhere. Christoph's looking at the top 3 cards of his library. Sylvan Library trigger. See if he wants to draw some extra cards. He's deep in the think tank, it seems. Oh, he's taking one more. It means he's going down to 12. Alright. So life point totals, as you can see in Arne's screen, 13 for Arne, 12 for Christoph. Tiger is the land drop for the turn from Christoph, and he wants to use that apparently already for an exploration. Okay. And oh, that's Dark Depths. There we are. Combo is real. Combo is real. And now, well, Arne's not in trouble because he still has Knight of the Reliquary and can do some response shenanigans by getting Caracas and bouncing the token, and he also has Kaya, which can then exile the next token, so he has some outs. Only thing he cannot do this turn is attack with Knight of the Reliquary. That would be suicide, but I bet he knows that, because it's not his first game on Maverick. The Maverick Mastermind has actually quite some impressive tournament finishes on Maverick, that guy, in some bigger German Legacy tournaments. So he knows what he's doing, and he knows what he's talking about. And now he plays a Skyclave Apparition, which takes care of the Sylvan Library there. So no more card advantage or card selection for Christoph. The land stack is, by now, drawing from the top. But I see now, oh my gosh, his land drop for the turn was Caracas, right? Or was that there for a bit longer? Which means that if he is not running a second Caracas, the line of Knight of the Reliquary looking for a Caracas is not existent anymore. I'm not sure if Absalom Maverick plays 2 Caracas. And if Christoph notices, Arne now using Kaya to exile the exploration. If Christoph notices that he can just go for the combo by now, that game might be over. Maybe that's something he wants to try out. Maybe he's like, all right, show me if you have a second Caracas in deck. And yep, it looks like he's going for the combo. Indeed he is. Okay, so what could work now is Arne looking for a Wasteland. Ha! Huh. Well, maybe he's not as dead as I thought. For a second I was shell-shocked there. But if Arne is activating his... Oh, and I think they might have a misunderstanding about something there. So let's just see how that clears up, because apparently Christoph's not going to the combo. Well, yes, that was what I was just thinking. Arne is not that dead, because Arne could just use Knight, look for Wasteland, and then waste the Dark Depths before the Thespian stage gets to combo it. So that would be another way to break that loop. Wasteland, yeah, or Savannah for Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, true. Savannah is also an out. Alright. So apparently we're still in Arne's end step, because Christoph hasn't untapped yet, or maybe even in Arne's main phase. Oh, let's see what comes from here. And also Christoph is doing something with dices there. Not sure. Maybe he wanted to put ice counters on the Dark Depths. Maybe that was it. That was his intention. Alright, Christoph's drawing for the turn. And by the way that he used his Silver Library the last turns, I would assume that it's probably not a good card, because otherwise he would have paid money to have it in hand. Or put up money, would have paid life to have it in hand. Ooh, I don't like the way how he bent his Tiger there. Yeah, that poor card. That poor card. That was like a 45... That was like nearly like a 90-degree angle in that Tiger there. In Germany we say, oh, hoa ha. Okay, so that was a stomping ground that he decided to maybe not play. Not sure what that amounts to. Yeah, now he plays it. Tapped, untapped, tapped, untapped. Not sure. I'll assume tapped, because there's no real sense in untapping it. Untapping it would take him down to 9. And then there's some hits coming probably next turn. So yeah, he's untapping it. Has to have an eye on his life points. And passing the turn. Alright. Alrighty. Silver Library for Arne. I mean, I think Arne is still in a spot comfortable enough to draw some extra cards. He's on 13 life points. And Lance is not the deck that quickly burns you down. It's either 20 or 0 right now, I would say. Because I don't see Lance setting up a Loam Engine or Punishing Fire Loam Engine with the Leyline still in play. And drawing from the top. And I don't necessarily see Lance setting up a Field of the Dead and getting a lot of other stuff into play situation. So let's see. I'm not too familiar with Christoph's list so far, but another thing that you should always watch out for when you're playing against Lance is random Planeswalkers. Like, I once got my ass whooped by a Lance player playing Nissa Vital Force. That turns your Lance into 5/5 elementals. So, there is Lance does have some other ways to finish the game. And also there's this new card, right? In Standard right now. Valakut's Exploration? Is that what it's called? Which also is a clock that does damage. So It's not necessarily 20 or nothing, but by the way this game looks like right now, I'd say Arne is in a spot comfortable enough to draw extra cards. But he decides not to. One card is enough for him. Alright. So let's see what he does with that one card. Oh, so he has quite some cards in his hand. I think at least 5. Or maybe it's 4? No, it should be 5 cards in his hand. So yeah, I would assume him to be comfortable enough to set up some play and also to beat Christoph down. And now he's using 4 mana for Green Sun's X equals 3. Alright. To me, that screams Ramian of Excavator. Right? Ramian of Excavator, get back the Wasteland, have some more outs. Sounds good to me. Let's see what Arne does. Maybe he wants something out. Yeah. Green Suns get shuffled back into library. And let's see what Arne is coming up with. Yep, there it is. Ramian of Excavator. Alright. So now he can go to work with his Wasteland. And now he can even use that Wasteland to waste Dark Depths again, force Christoph to go into the combo if he wants to, and then exile the token with Kaya. He's attacking he's attacking first. I don't really like that. Okay, well. So if Christoph knows that this game will amount to him getting, or Arne's plays will amount to him getting rid of both and not being able to set up the combo, then wasting beforehand from Arne would mean that Christoph cannot use his Marit Lage for block. By now, the way that Arne attacked would open the possibility for Christoph, I think, to... Or? No, it wouldn't, because his Wasteland response. I forgot what I just said. Wasteland, Night of the Reliquary, both of them make any way of resolving this combo for Christoph kind of hard. Alright, but now Christoph is using his Rishadan port, I think, to tap down the Wasteland. Okay, so he's using Rishadan port to tap Wasteland. Arne Wasteland's Dark Depths in response. Christoph goes into the combo, and then Arne activates Night of the Reliquary. Oh yeah, Christoph's not going to the combo. Yeah, that's what happened. Right, so if he goes into the combo, Arne could just activate Night of the Reliquary and get a second Wasteland. But Christoph is not doing that. And Bojuka Bok? Okay. Wasteland is gone. But still, he needs something more. And I think he's on 9 or 8 life total. Can't really... Should be a 9 there. That white on blue on Arne's mobile screen is a bit uneasy to read, but it should be a 9. Okay. So, that Borg was a nice thing to have for Christoph, and I'm not sure if it's the boost that he would have wanted to see there. Also because Arne is now swinging for 2, 4, 5 damage the turn. Potentially 7, which means using the Knight, and I think that's something he could do. Because Christoph has 0 cards in hand and no way of... Oh, he has 2 cards in hand. Alright. Yeah, the moment I said that, he corrects me. Thanks, Christoph. Appreciate that. So I don't think that he'll attack with Knight. I think Skyclave Apparition, Ramian of Excavator, and Dryad Arbor might be the 3 to attack there. Oh, and there's another 4 mana spell. Questing Beast! Okay, Questing Beast, 4. That's 8 damage. If he's attacking with those 3. Yep. Questing Beast has Vigilance, no need to tap it. But that's 8 damage coming towards Christoph. And he has 2 cards in hand. He could do some crop rotation stuff, but even if he's crop rotating into a Dark Depths, then Arne still has Night of the Reliquary there to get a Wasteland. Yep, so Christoph takes that, goes to 1. Kaya goes up without exiling anything. And End step. Thespian stage. Copy something? Not sure what. But that's how I understood his finger pointing there. But that's the turn that Christoph has to find an answer to something. Or he dead, my boys. He dead. Let's see if he finds a solution. He's thinking too long for an easy solution. Maybe he has a crop rotation in the hand and is looking to find some outs or something. I don't know. Glacial Fortress? Now Arne is using his Knight of the Reliquary. Sacrificing Bayou? Sacrificing Dried Up. I'm not sure why he does that. There's no need to do it. Right? Well, he gets Wasteland anyway, so okay, I guess. Get your Wasteland. Okay, but Arne untaps. Christoph has, I think, 3 cards in hand now, right? He had 2 before and he didn't make a land up, so should be 3 cards in Christoph's hand. But he's on 1. Arne has multiple creatures in his hand and also can strengthen his hand a bit more with this Sylvan Laboratory coming. Oh, maybe he wanted to do Knight of the Reliquary to reset the top of his library. Yeah, maybe that was the thing he activated it for. That might be an idea. Okay, so he puts 2 cards back. And, well, he turns his board sideways, right? Oh, there we go. That's a lot of damage. Ooh, that's a lot of damage! Christoph needs a whole lot of tape for his life total to pull together. Alright. Oh, okay, so Thespian stage bounced... Thespian stage copied Caracas. Aha, that's what happened. Thespian stage copied Caracas, activation, bouncing the Questing Beast, and now it's crop rotation from Christoph. And I'm not sure what he's using that for. Crop rotating the Stomping Ground into Glacial Chasm? But then it would just run to Arne's Wasteland, right? Well, let's look through, or let's see what Christoph is coming up with here. Field of the Dead. Do they have 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he gets a 2/2 zombie. Which blocks 1. Still means that he's taking at least damage from 2 more creatures. However, if he has some more crop rotations or Ghost Quarter, looks for another one. He could Ghost Quarter. Not sure what's going on there. Oh, okay. So apparently he scooped. Yep. Apparently that's going on. I think he was thinking about activating Ghost Quarter. That would mean that he could get a second zombie token from the Field of the Dead on the battlefield. But still, Arne was attacking with 3 creatures. And that was too much to handle for Christoph. So, GG to those 2 guys. And let me update that one real quick. Because Arne Böwig takes this match 2-1 over Christoph Mokry. And yeah, thanks for watching until so far. Thanks for being on our Legacy Hannover YouTube channel. Leave a follow, leave a like. Maybe write some comments if you enjoyed some English commentary for a change and would like to see more of that. And I definitely enjoyed doing that in English. So yeah, appreciate for everybody staying here. Appreciate to all the guys in chat and all the guys on YouTube. So we're out of here.